Here are 10 pro settings that you need to use in DeltaForceMobile. Let's start with setting number 1, which is going to help you get a lot more kills in close range. One of the biggest reasons why it's so hard to get more kills in this game is because your weapon has a very big problem, and that problem has to do with your fire button, because when you press this button, your weapon doesn't start shooting until you're fully done scoping in, and obviously if your weapon doesn't work when you're trying to use it, then you're gonna die a lot in this game. So in order to fix this problem, you have to go to your basic settings and then turn on a setting called Quick Ideas and Fire, and after turning on this setting, your weapon will start shooting even when you're scoping in, which is exactly what we want. But we also want to fix another problem with our weapon, and for that you need to use setting number 2. When you first start playing this game, you'll notice that you're losing a lot of fights, because in this game there's no way to shoot with your weapon after you start reloading, which is definitely not something you want when you're fighting your enemies. Even if you try to press the S button, your weapon will still continue to reload, so you have to go back to your basic settings and then find a setting called Reload Interrupt by Firing. By default this setting is turned off, but you have to set it to hybrid, and by changing this setting to hybrid, you can cancel the reload of your weapon by clicking the fire button or even the reload button. Now let's talk about a setting that will help you avoid dying. Normally when you're fighting your enemies, your whole body is exposed, meaning there's a high chance that you're gonna die, but in this game there's a way to expose only half of your body by using a movement called peeking. You can peek from walls or really anything without having to worry about getting killed. In order to do this, you have to go to your settings and find this setting called the lean peek and turn it on. After turning on that setting, you'll see that there's 2 new buttons on your screen, and you can use these 2 buttons to lean. But there's something that's even more powerful than peeking, and that is a setting that allows you to dive. This is kind of a hidden moment in the game, but you can actually dive by holding the crouch button. But the thing is, by default, when you press the crouch button, it just makes you go prone instead of diving. So to fix this, you have to go to your control settings, and you'll see that there's a setting called dives. Make sure to turn on that setting, and now if you press and hold the crouch button, then you're gonna be able to dive. And you can even combine this diving movement with the next setting to make your gameplay a lot more aggressive, and that is your field of view, also known as your FOV. If you're using the default FOV, then your game is gonna look like this. So here's how your game is gonna look when you're using a higher FOV setting. When you're using a higher FOV setting, you can see more area of the map on your screen, which can make your gameplay feel a lot more aggressive, and that's why you have to go to your settings and change your FOV from 70 to 100 to improve your gameplay. You'll feel a lot more confident when you set your FOV to a higher value, so make sure to try it out. You should also try out the next setting, which also improves your gameplay. This one is gonna make your enemies more visible and easy to spot, especially if your enemies are inside shadows. Then this setting will make a significant difference on the visibility of your enemies. In order to find this setting, you have to go to the graphics and sound tab and find a setting called the graphics style, and then change it from realistic to the one that says vivid. You'll see that now your game looks different, and you'll be able to see your enemies more clearly.